The summer sun hung low on the horizon as I arrived at Camp Greenwood, an idyllic retreat nestled deep within the woods. Laughter and excited chatter filled the air as fellow campers arrived, their faces lit up with anticipation. Little did I know that the innocence of that sunny afternoon would soon give way to a nightmarish ordeal that would forever haunt my memories. As the days unfolded, the camp buzzed with activities. From archery to canoeing, there was never a dull moment. But beneath the veneer of summer fun, an inexplicable unease simmered. Odd occurrences, like whispers carried on the wind and strange rustlings in the underbrush, were dismissed as mere figments of our imaginations. One fateful evening, a campfire storytelling session took a sinister turn. The camp counselor, a jovial figure named Mr. Thompson, regaled us with chilling tales of the woods, stories of restless spirits, and ancient curses that had been passed down through generations. I scoffed along with my friends, believing it all to be a part of the camp's spooky charm. Little did I know, those stories would soon become my reality. A few nights later, a full moon bathed the campgrounds in an eerie glow. The air grew thick with an oppressive silence, and a sense of foreboding settled over me. Unable to shake off the feeling, I slipped out of my cabin and ventured into the woods, my curiosity getting the best of me. As I wandered deeper, the once familiar landscape began to morph into something sinister and unfamiliar. The trees seemed to close in around me, their branches reaching out like gnarled fingers. Shadows danced at the edges of my vision, and every snap of a twig sent my heart racing. I stumbled upon an overgrown clearing, the moonlight revealing a weathered stone circle adorned with symbols I couldn't decipher. Cold dread settled over me as I realized I had wandered into the heart of a forgotten ritual site. A bone-chilling wind whispered through the trees, and a sense of being watched consumed me. Panic welled up as I attempted to retrace my steps, only to find that the path had vanished. A rising panic gripped me as I realized I was lost, trapped in the heart of the cursed woods. As the night wore on, my terror grew exponentially. The forest seemed to come alive around me, the distant cries of owls now sounding like haunting wails. Every rustle of leaves echoed with unseen threats, and I could swear that shadowy figures moved just beyond my line of sight. Desperation pushed me forward, my frantic steps leading me deeper into the labyrinthine woods. Time lost all meaning as I stumbled upon a dilapidated cabin, its windows shattered and doors hanging off their hinges. A flickering candle within cast dancing shadows, and a primal fear gripped me. But it was the sound that froze me in my tracks, a soft, mournful hum that seemed to emanate from within. Summoning all the courage I had left, I pushed open the creaking door, revealing a scene straight out of my worst nightmares. A figure, cloaked in tattered rags, stood hunched over a decrepit table. Their eyes glowed with an unnatural intensity as they continued their haunting melody, their words laced with an ancient language I couldn't comprehend. Unable to tear my gaze away, I watched in horror as the figure turned to face me, their voice growing louder and more fervent. A vortex of dark energy seemed to swirl around them, and I felt an otherworldly force pulling at me, threatening to consume me whole. In that heart-stopping moment, a guttural scream tore through the air, and the figure's gaze snapped to the cabin's entrance. Without hesitation, I bolted out of the cabin, my heart pounding in my chest. The world around me blurred as I sprinted through the woods, driven by a primal instinct to escape the encroaching darkness. Eventually, I burst through the tree line and stumbled back into the campgrounds, my breath ragged and limbs trembling. The camp counselor, Mr. Thompson, rushed to my side, concern etched across his face. He led me to safety, reassuring me that everything was all right. In the days that followed, I struggled to come to terms with the horrors I had witnessed. The camp continued as if nothing had happened, but I knew the truth. The woods held secrets darker than any campfire story. Though I tried to put the experience behind me, the memory of that night would forever linger, a chilling reminder that even the sunniest of places can hide the most nightmarish of horrors.